I'm quite a chap. Hunter, explorer, family man. Oh, by the way, sit down a second.
Yes, sir.
This is a bit awkward, but yesterday when I came to Switzerland, I was a bachelor. I had no wife and I had no children. Today, of course, I have a daughter and somewhere in the world, a wife.
Oh, please don't ask me about my mother.
Only what she looks like and where she lives. Those questions come up, it seems.
Well, I'll show you a picture of it. I keep it locked in the drawer. I've never let anybody else see this, but I guess it's all right to show it to you.
Certainly, I'm a sort of relative now.
That was my father. He was a Navy flyer. He died when I was a baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this your mother?
Yes, and that's me when I was a baby.
Oh, you've grown some since then.
Yes, I have.
And you do look like her.
Oh, thank you.
What's her name?
Parkinson.
Oh, it's the same as mine. Well, that's customary.
Well, young man?
How do you do, Mr. Harkinson?
I'm not Mr. Harkinson. Mr. Todd is Mr. Harkinson. I mean, Mr. Harkinson is Mr. Todd. Oh, well, I'm his secretary.
Oh.
What is it you wish, please?
Well, it's kind of a family matter, I guess.
Family matter. Oh. This way, please. Mr. Todd.
What do you want?
It's very important, sir.
What's important?
Your son, sir.
What? Yeah, what's he talking about?
Well, he got it all wrong, sir. I'm not your son. I'm Tommy Gray. How do you do?
How do you do?
And I came to see you about your daughter.
My daughter. Gloria. Oh, well, now I'm beginning to see daylight. Sit down.
Thank you, sir. That is, we, Gloria and I talked to her yesterday at the dentist again. We were having our teeth cleaned and we met there. I was...
Yes, go on. I don't suppose you smoke, do you?
Oh, no, I don't smoke.
Uh-huh. Well, could I get you something to drink? Maybe a glass of milk or something?
No, thanks. I don't like milk. But I'm very fond of your daughter, Gloria. We're very good friends, and that's what I came up to talk to you about.
Whoa, here, not so fast. You and Gloria are good friends.
Yes. That is, I'm a good friend of hers, and I'm going away. But I'll be back. That's what I came to talk to you about when I come back.
Pardon me, you don't mind if I have a drink, do you? This is a very trying time for a father. Now, I think I get the idea. Well, personally, young man, I think Gloria's a little bit too young to be talking about marriage.
Oh, I don't want to marry her.
You don't? This sounds very serious. Just what do you want?
Well, when I get back, you'll be gone away.
Yes.
When you might get killed.
What?
Well, a rhinoceros might gore you, or a lion might jump on your back, or even a tiger.
Oh, yes, it's nice of you to think of that for me.
Oh, you're welcome. And I just want to tell you that if you do get killed, I'll be here. And I want you to tell Gloria that she can turn to me.
Now, that's a very comforting thought. And I'll remember it, too, when I'm lying in the jungle with a rhinoceros kneeling on my back.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Any little thing I can do to make life pleasant for you, I'm glad to do. I'll tell her that if I get killed, well, that you're to be a father to her.
Oh, thanks very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Oh, it's wonderful, Mr. Hawkinson. It isn't often the young ladies have a party. They do enjoy it so.
No more than I do.
Yes, we're all children at heart, aren't we?
Aren't we?
Telegram for you, sir.
Telegram? Oh, excuse me, please.
Oh, of course, Mr. Hawkinson.
Gloria, you come here a minute?
Yes, Daddy.
I have to leave for Paris tonight.
Tonight? Oh, I'm sorry.
I have to. It's business. I think you better tell the girls.
Yes, I better.
What are you going to tell them?
Well, my fingers are crossed. Girls, listen. My daddy just received a cable. Yes, he has to go to La Havre to get a boat. And from Havre, he's going to the North Pole for polar bears.
Neckties. I always forget neckties.
They're already in.
Tired of packing?
No, it's fun.
Fun?
Oh, I didn't mean that it was fun packing for your going away. I mean, I never packed for my father before, and it's fun.
Yes, it is, rather. I better see how Trips is coming along with the trunk. What comes next here?
Goodbye?
No. Goodbye comes later. Socks come next. They're in the top drawer.
Do you want to take the morning paper with you?
I can get a new one at the station. Just...
Oh.
What? What's the matter?
Oh, Nothing. I just...
Let me see that. Gwen Taylor in Paris, was that it? To open American wing of French exposition. Gwen Taylor, motion picture actress, isn't she?
Yes, I think so.
Are you a fan of her?
Oh, no, I've never seen her. But some of the girls talk about her at school.
Oh, what about those socks?
I'll put them in.
And then run back to school and get permission to come to the train.
Oh, may I?
Well, don't you want to?
Well, yes, of course, but... Well, maybe I'd better not. Maybe we ought to say goodbye right now. You see, I don't like to say goodbyes, and, well, you've been so nice to me, and I don't like to see you go, and... Oh, well, you know.
Yes, I know. Goodbye, Gloria. It's been fun being your father.
Thank you. It's been fun being your daughter. Goodbye, Daddy.
We pause for station identification. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System. Having concluded the second act of Mad About Music starring Deanna Durbin and Herbert Marshall, we take a little intermission now before going into Act 3 and hear about another phase of Hollywood, about the education of motion picture children. Our guest is Mrs. Telephine Morrison. Mrs. Morrison has been a teacher of movie youngsters for about 10 years. Her pupils have included Judy Garland, Betty James, Benita Granville, Virginia Wilder, Jackie Cooper, Spanky, and Alfalfa of Our Gang fame, and tonight's star, Deanna Durbin. Mrs. Morrison is former Dean of Women at Dakota Wesleyan University, at Western State College in Colorado. She's done considerable lecturing and writing and is now with the Adult Education Division of the Los Angeles Public Schools. Mrs. Morrison, a lot of people have the idea that famous movie children lead anything but normal lives and that they don't go to school like other kids do. What have you to say about that?
We realize one thing, Mr. Houston, that a contract child can't go to public school and be in the movies at the same time. So we've found a way of combining both. In music work, in the movie work, the children get individual instruction directed at giving them a sound general education, and we think it's more important that we teach them to lead happy, normal lives. After all, that's what really counts.
But aren't there certain specific rules that must be followed to obey the law? Now, I've seen many directors call a halt on a scene and tell the children involved in the picture that it's time to go to school.
Yes. There are many different legal regulations concerning the education of movie children. For instance, every boy or girl under 18 who has not been graduated from high school must have at least 3 hours of study every school day and 1 hour of recreation. If the boy or girl is a high school graduate and is still under 18, the teacher becomes a welfare worker.
And what does welfare work consist of? Has it anything to do with the progress of the child in pictures?
Yes. In that, we see that he is not overworked, that he gets plenty of rest, that he isn't exposed to conditions that might impair his health, and in general, that he is well cared for. And let me add right here that every major picture studio, without exception, extends to the Board of Education the most complete and sincere cooperation. Every studio has its own school, and when a child is not in a picture, he attends this school and is taught by teachers who must have exactly the same qualifications as other public school teachers. When the child is working in a picture, then his books, his equipment, and teacher follow him just the same to the set or on location.
I often wonder how they do it. I have enough trouble memorizing my lines without going to school. I suppose that's why you went to New York with Miss Durbin on her recent visit there.
Exactly. And that trip gave Deanna a chance to see firsthand many of the things that she has studied. The geography of the country and the government of the country, too, because we went to Washington and saw Congress in session. And I might tell you that we brought Lux soap with us on the train and used it wherever we happened to be in the East, just as we do back home.
It certainly looks as if Miss Durbin is going to follow in the footsteps of the grown-up stars, doesn't it? But tell me, between us two now, just what kind of a student is Miss Durbin?
Between us two, Mr. Houston, she is as willing